All right, next flip car acquired. It looked worse than this when I got it. Honestly, I got it from IAA. What we have here is a 99 Cadillac DeVille. I couldn't help myself. I had crash tape on it when I got it. This hood was bent up quite a bit. It still has a pretty good gap, but I was able to bend it back straight some more. Really like that gold flake in the paint though. It ain't too bad, not too bad. But yeah, this bumper is definitely making contact with this front tire here. I think somebody cut out the bumper a little bit. I'm gonna have to remove this bumper and try to see if we could straighten out the bracket on this side. I also bent this grill straighter. Long air bolt come out of there. 2 of them, both sides. This clip broke, but there's one on the other side I've got to pull. I was missing some of the hardware and fender liner on the passenger side. It's got 4 screws in it, some clips. It kind of gets out of the way. You can see it slides in right there. So yeah, work in progress. We're gonna get this bumper off of here, take a look at that support for the bumper. As you can see, we got the bumper off here. Make sure you got a second hand because that came off kind of abruptly. This is the side that's pretty good. You can see that support's pretty much flush with the light. And here you can see it pushed in quite a bit. It still looks like it just went straight through. I want to see if I could pull this out. I'll strap it to the truck or something. All right, that's the 99 DeVille in the wild. Unfortunately, I did not really see this in the pictures. It's mostly deep scratches too. Maybe we could get some touch-up paint for that or something. I saw the dent though. I think we could pop that out. That's it. This side ain't that bad. You got a little paint peeling on the trim there. It looks kind of like cake icing or something. I gotta figure out what the paint color is. I bet the coat is in there somewhere on that GM sticker though. All right, we got the grill off her. It was definitely aftermarket if y'all didn't know. So this side is straighter. This got knocked in a little bit, so maybe we can knock that out a little bit. There's a little crinkle right here. I'm trying to match this other side as best we could. Maybe we could make something happen, but and while this is off, we could just clean that right up, buff it out. We'll shine it up, man. This nugget. It latches though, no problem. It ain't horrible. It looks better. So, for whatever that's worth. Not sure this is really gonna help any, but it won't hurt. Oh, the lights work though. I checked that out. We'll tie a strap to that. I got my tow hitch on my truck today. All right, here's the result. I might have yoinked it a bit too hard. But, you know, it's not too far off. Oh. Okay. Still a little bit off there. Okay. Yeah, hammer might do us some big favors now.
Okay.
Sorry I didn't really get it on camera, but after hammering it out, that's what it looks like. So if we look here, you can also see it kind of bent that out a little bit. I looked at the other side already, it's pretty level. So I'm gonna try to take a hammer without bashing this connector. Get this out of the way. Try to get this straight too. It's much better. I was using flat, but like also the ball peen to try to get it straight. Right now, I think this is still a little bit this way. We could try to get the jack up under it again. Alright, so we got this pretty straight. I just knocked it with the hammer to get it as even with that as I can get. Pardon me, y'all, my ADHD will not let me continue until I hit it with the big ding there. Next order of business, this lens, it was still on there, but it was coming loose, so I figured I would just take it off. I already got this from Northern Tool, so I'm going to reseal this lens to the housing so it could last a lot longer, no water gets in or anything like that. I'm just gonna clean out the old glue. I'll just try to make sure the mating surfaces are clean. Go from there. Not too much, just a little bit. Need a little bit more on the corners and such. This is after plastic welding it. I ordered a plastic welding kit off Amazon, and I've just been smoothing it. I haven't done really nothing too crazy. So there you go, it's kind of holding together now. Maybe I could either put touch-up paint in that crack. We're also gonna address this corner light because that also broke in the collision, I would presume. All right, I'm gonna let that cure. There's a metal clip that slide on, so hopefully it don't want to break off again, but we'll see. Lining it up in there. Got the Caddy taped down. About to throw that bumper back on her. See how she lined it up now. So you see the white bracket on the side here. So just slide it in there. It's also a bumper. Got it. That was good. Yeah. Hell. Appreciate it, bro. Not bad. Damn, son. That's Louis Body Shop right there. Yeah. All right, next we're gonna try to knock this big dent out. We got the heat gun going now. We got a mallet too if we need. First wash for the Caddy. I just wanted to clean it up before I touch up any paint and stuff like that. Get a better look at what's going on. I had the suds on it. That way, just gonna rinse it off. Simple wash, no pressure washing, anything like that yet. Doesn't clean up that bad either. I like this gold fire mist metallic paint. Good name for a pretty flake in there too. I went with looked like a burgundy pinstripe. I ain't mad at it. I want to hit the wheels too. Wheels make all the difference, in my opinion. That's after she's rinsed off. Still got to hit the wheels. I ain't gonna dry it today. Just wanted to knock the dust off of it real quick. It's looking halfway decent though. People, we got this ugly ass scratch. And what the hell are you doing? You want to help me? Anyway, I'm just gonna wet sand 2500, like the buffable, maybe buffable areas. I will buff it and then touch it up. Kind of wet sanded the areas a little bit. Yeah, so just hit this area with the buffer one pass. I think I could wet sand and get some more of this stuff out, hopefully. But this is the main area of focus for touch-up paint. So we'll go ahead and give that a shot. I love gold. I love gold! Pretty good brush they gave me. First stage complete. On camera probably looks better, because it always does, but it's definitely less noticeable. It still kind of looks boogery. So bottle cap wheels, they look cool on old school cars, but this one's got cake dirt in every slot. This one doesn't look too bad because I got some 2000 grit wet sandpaper. One down, 13 to go for each wheel. These taillight bezels also look a little under the weather, so I'm gonna take this Torx out the top, see if I can wet sand and buff them. I don't think I can make them look brand new, but at least I can make it better. Taillight bezel before and after. You can see the one on the right. There's the before, this is the after. So of course it's still pitted, but it's not cloudy looking anymore. So I might hit it with some polish just to give it a little more shine. That's about it. It does look a lot brighter, so it's definitely an improvement. Alright, next we're gonna buff these headlights out. Alright, that's after the rubbing compound, and I also used ultimate compound, which I usually don't do. I just thought I would while I was at it. And I put these grill supports in. I lost count how many times I plastic welded them. When I was putting those in, these brackets weren't lining up because the holes were too high, so I swapped from each side so the mounting points were lower. And you can see I put the max low setting on that, both sides, and I was able to fit it. But that presented a new problem with these trim pieces, because originally they had these studs that would line up with the original spot, so that was no longer working. So I'm gonna opt to remove those. I could still mount it at the top with a nut.
These nuts.
I might zip tie it or something just to make it work. I'm probably going a little overboard here, but I wanted to light sand that and spray it black. I think I'm getting a little too carried away for what this is, but I just want to make it look a little bit better. Sometimes it's the little things. Gonna hit it with a little sandpaper. And I wouldn't be doing this if I already had paint laying around. Just got some black primer and clear coat. All right, that's my solution for the grill trims. Just zip tied the bottom since I could no longer use that stud. As you can see, it wasn't lining up anymore. I guess I could have drilled another hole, but just wanted to save myself some effort and time. That hood is hot as lava, bruh. Just want to close the... Damn. That's how she's looking though. Not too shabby. Bust down on those wheels. This is always going to be satisfying transformation too. A couple minutes later, what a difference. At this point, go for the interior too, because I haven't focused too much. Definitely want to vacuum the trunk out. They were using it as a work truck at one point, looks like, so. Bada bing. It's not too dirty actually on the inside. This is kind of hanging off. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you got 20-plus-year-old plastic. Getting started on the interior. Safe to say this was a smoker's car, but you could see what kind of grime is coming off of there. Yeah, it might be dyed too, but it was definitely dirty. You could see like the staining. It looks a lot better now though. It's not an SRS airbag, it's a SIR. I don't know what that stands for, but I'm no stranger to these older Cadillacs, and I think I remember seeing that on a 96 Eldorado. So anybody know what that stands for? Comment down below. You could kind of get an idea of how grimy the steering wheel is from this corner. What that magic eraser will do is miracles. I don't even have to put the cleaner on there. I'm just wetting it with the hose and it's taking it right off. So shout out Mr. Clean on that one. Kind of hard to see, but she looking pretty decent after the wipe down. All right, got her vacuumed up. That was so much ash in there, bro. You see how deep that is? Crazy. It took a minute though. Yeah, you see it? Check the carpet in the back. Not too bad. About to hit it with that stain striker. Now I'm saying carpet cleaner. Let that soak in. That's how she's looking now after the detail on the outside. I still want to touch up the inside some, but she's looking pretty decent. Alright, so the other day I performed an oil change, synthetic. This puppy takes about almost 7.5 quarts, so quite a bit. AC was still not blowing cold, and what I found was it had a code for the low pressure switch, and I tested it. There is no continuity. It's supposed to beep. So we're gonna swap this out and see what happens there. So I got a little story for you. AC wasn't working, and I thought it was just low, so I tried to charge it with my own thing. Didn't really do much, so I Don't have no AC machine or nothing like that. So I needed to take it to a shop, and I ended up spending a lot more money than I wanted to. But it did have a leak from the orifice tube. I replaced the low pressure switch, which it had a code for, but it still needed AC temperature sensor. After I got those replaced, drove it back. I had a customer driving it around, and as soon as he pulls back up, starts smoking like crazy. Like, I wish I got some footage of it, but basically smoking from the dry belt area. What was happening was the AC compressor clutch was seizing up, like getting stuck, and that belt was just riding on a stuck pulley. So that's where the smoke was coming from. Turned out to just be a fuse, but unfortunately I lost some refrigerant when that happened, so I had to recharge it again. Long story short, I ended up spending over $900.
Damn.
Trying to get that situated. So that's my profit about gone. That's what happens when you take a risk on a car that's sight unseen. It really wasn't worth my time or anything. It is a cool car, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the peanut butter, and it's the last boxy big body Caddy. She cleaned up pretty nice. Got a car phone, doesn't really work, but radio kind of works. I think the antenna needs to be replaced, and but it's got cold AC right now, which is major in North Carolina in the summer, so it's gonna help. It is comfy, don't get me wrong. It rides like a Cadillac, so. This Landau top is not bad shape, except some bird took a shit on the roof. Damn it. That's all right. It's got a 12-disc CD changer, soft close trunk, which is pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie. Sucky. She cleaned up pretty decent. This is the better looking side. This side got scratched up pretty bad. I didn't see that in the pictures when I bid on it. I wouldn't have got it if I saw that. It's got that North Star in it, and it's a 99 model, so not the best year for it. As time went on, they improved upon it. Like, I think 2000, they definitely got better, and like 05 even better. But yeah, that's it, man. Hopefully I sell the car today, we'll see. I had a buyer pretty interested, so yeah. So basically hold on. Hello?
No, you're not fucked up, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
No, not.
Should have never got this car, man. Me over. Well, it is what it is. It's one of those cars where it's one thing after the other, and I actually had a 2001 DeVille before, so I should have known what I was getting into. I guess the price looked low. Let me back up. I got it off Insurance Auto Auction, and if you know anything about those kind of sites, you know they rack the fees up, and I already knew that going in. I won the bid at $550, and I'm like, that's the last bid. That's it. You know, that looked low, so I'm a bid. And I already knew it was gonna go up to almost 1,000, which it did. After fees, I won the bid, obviously. Then the other guy I was bidding against chose not to bid one more time, and I wish he did, but that's life, you know. It is what it is. So here I am with the car I'm gonna lose a little money on. But that's what happens. You take W's and you take L's when you flipping cars. So at least it shouldn't be too much of an L. And then I'm on some sort of level of Delulu because I thought it was fine. I should have known this was too low. It's got rear air suspension, which I didn't realize. That's another thing too. Do your research on your cars. It's got self-leveling rear suspension. You can replace it with like regular shocks, but I'm just done putting money in this car. I just want to cash out. I don't want to fix that and then something else go wrong. I'm not going to make any more money on this, so it's got to go. And it actually rode pretty decent up until the other day, like a couple days ago. You go over a bump and it starts, you know, bouncing a little bit in the back, a little bit abruptly. So that's where it's at now. I'm done putting money in the car and it's got to go, and I got to move on. So we bought this DeVille for $975 out the door from IAA, but after sourcing all the parts and paying a shop to repair the AC, we were at about $2,122 invested. After getting the salvage title and paying the property tax, we had a total of $2,224 into it. We ended up selling the car on Facebook Marketplace for $2,000 cash, leaving us at $224 loss. Because of this deal, it brings our prior $3,000 budget down to $2,776 to put into our next flip. I am definitely going to be more cautious about my next flip car and only consider buying after seeing the vehicle in person. For me, buying sight unseen is not the move, at least not right now. At this point, I need to lock in and only invest in something with more widespread appeal that is actually a good deal as well. This Caddy was unique, no doubt, but there are not many shopping around for a car like this, compared to something like my last flip car, for example. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned, leave a like, and comment what you think the next flip car is gonna be. Sorry for the long wait for this video. It is officially my 100th video, so I want to appreciate all of y'all subscribing, tuning in all the time. I'm gonna keep this content ball rolling. Thanks y'all so much again. Y'all take it easy and be safe out there.